We here with Too Much Did It herself. So, what is the name that you go by on the street? And I ain't gonna say what's your real name, but what you go by on the street?
Well, everybody call me Too Much. Everybody call me Stormy. I'm a DJ, so originally it's DJ Too Much, and people shortened that down for Too Much. And then my car, I decided to name my car Stormy, 345.Stormy. And everybody in the car scene started calling me like Stormy, you know what I'm saying? So like on the DJ scene, I'm called Too Much. On the car scene, I'm called Stormy. However, like I started rapping cars, so trying to pick a name, I ended up going with Too Much. So now I'm kind of known by Too Much. I'm known by Too Much and Stormy, really. That's it.
So let us know how many Instagram pages you got.
1 million, feel like. For real, 1 million, y'all. So my first one, which is my main page, is DJ Too Much. My second one, really it's a bunch of them that could be my second one, but my second one we can go with 345.Stormy, and my third one we'll go with Too Much Did It. Y'all, I have another page called Hands Too Crafty. I got another page called Scratch Like Too Much, and I got another page called Too Much Sweets, and I got more pages on top of that, but we ain't gonna go there because them not for real, them not serious. So
what is like your number one page that you'll go to where you post most of your stuff on?
Well, it was Stormy's page until I started rapping cars. So on DJ Too Much, I really just post more so pictures of me instead of like my car and stuff. And then I ended up making the car page, and the car page is where I became like more consistent, more frequent on. And then once I started rapping cars, Too Much Did It became the page that I mostly post on. But now I pretty much post on Too Much Did It and 345.Stormy every day.
Okay, so what is your number one video that you had trended? Because I seen a picture on the wall back there.
Yeah.
But tell us tell us about the picture.
So back in May of 2022, I want to say 2022, I had some heart tips that I put on my car. There is some dual heart tips, so they literally shaped like a heart. And I got them in the mail. They were silver when I got them in, like a regular silver aluminum color, and I didn't want them that color. I wanted to paint them, and I know I wanted them black with pink. I didn't want to go all pink, so I ended up getting them painted, the whole entire exhaust tip black with a pink trim around it. And then I took them to Lou's Muffler Shop and got them installed, and it's behind me. Y'all can't see it, but it's a video. It went viral on Instagram. It did 15 million views. That's where majority of my followers came from. That's how, like, you know what I'm saying, how I got like really well known off of the heart tips. It did 15 million. That was a lot.
That's crazy. So out of all the cars in the dealership, what in the world made you, as being a female, would want to be attracted to getting yourself a Challenger?
It always been a car that I like. Honestly, when I was little, like not little, but when I was like 14, 15, maybe like 13, like whenever the Challengers and stuff first came back out, I didn't really know too much like a Hellcat, and I don't even know if Hellcats existed, but I just knew that body style is like what I wanted, and that body style is what I got. I had a Camry. I had a 2015 Camry, and a deer ran out in front of me on the highway, and it totaled my car out, and I knew exactly what I wanted, and I got it.
So, is pink really your favorite color?
Pink is my favorite color. Pink is my favorite color. Everything got to be pink. Pink is my favorite color. I love pink.
So is you into, because I see y'all like the posts, we down south, we like a little bit of car shows more than anything, but y'all like the pit and the do burnouts and crazy things like that. So what made you be more attracted to that than anything?
Well, me personally, I'm more so of a car show girl. I cannot talk. I'm more so of a car show girly.
Right.
I like the aesthetic. My bad, y'all. It's gonna stop beeping. There you go. I like the aesthetic of the car. I like the way the car looks. You know what I'm saying? I don't too much care for all that burnout, and like I don't mind a car meet. A car meet is chill, but I like to park and chill. I don't like all that wild, all that ratchet stuff because, okay, my reason being is I have haven't been in the car scene for too long, but I've been in it for at least about 2 to 3 years now, and I've seen a lot of stuff happen. And I just so happen to be everybody auntie, and I don't want to be captive saver. You feel me? At the end of the day, I don't want to be the one to have to I don't want to see any of my folks hurt, and I'm pretty much cool with the whole car scene. Like at least in Savannah, I'm pretty much cool with the whole car scene. I don't want to have to nurse anybody like in the incident, so it's like I'm more so on the chill side, but they do get ratchet down here, and I mean they gonna do what they want to do, but I be trying to shut them down. But they be calling me auntie and stuff, cause I used to be lit. I used to be lit like that. I used to do a donut anywhere, you know what I'm saying? But now I'm a changed person. I always been a car show girly though. I always like the aesthetic of the car, like the way the car look, decorating it inside and out. I always like that. But now, honestly, I spent too much on my car to lose my car, and you know what I'm saying, from doing a donut. So
my next question is, what made you start rapping cars? Like, how did you?
That's a good question.
How did you get around to that?
Well, my car. I wanted to rap my car, and I didn't want to pay somebody $3,000 to rap my car because I knew I was gonna kind of want to change it often. I didn't know how often, and honestly, I didn't really know what I wanted. But I knew I was gonna want to change it quite frequently. So I just said. And at my job that I was working at the time, I was going through hell. So I was like, I think it's time for something new. I can try doing this. You never know where me learning how to work on my car might take me. And look where it's brought me.
So what color was the first color that you rapped?
I did matte military green. And that was the color that been on my mind since the day I got my Challenger. That's the color that I wanted to do.
So, because it's kind of crazy that a female has a Challenger. And that she can rap her own cars and do all this other stuff. So what made you go around to DJing in a way? Like, how did you become a DJ if you rap the cars?
Well, I was a DJ first.
Okay.
I was a DJ first, and I became a DJ in 2020. For real, stamping it 2020. Honestly, I've been DJing though since I was probably like 15, 16. I just always had a thing for music. And it was just kind of something that I just kind of like picked up onto and kind of went with the flow. But I started taking it serious like around COVID time. You know, COVID, we ain't had nothing to do.
Right, yeah.
And we was just sitting in the house. So I was sitting in the house practicing, and I mean, that's just kind of how I started with that. And then the car came along 2 years later.
That's good. So my thing, how did you put these lights up in the ceiling?
Them were hell. You see that hole up there? We tried to screw because we were supposed to be screwing. It's little sections where it's supposed to, well, we did screw them in. We screwed them in after, but we had to double side tape them up there. I tried to do it by myself because I'm just independent, but my homegirls had to come and help me, and it was like 3 of us holding it up there. You know it's serious when you don't get content when you do it. For real. I don't even have a video of us putting the lights up there. For real. It was just so much work. We double-sided taped them, stuck them up there, and then we screwed them up there, and they're good.
So do you, by being that you as a female in the car industry, do you feel like you is like bringing more females into it with you, or friends start to like it now? What's the case?
I try to get my friends to pop out every now and again. One of my friends, she actually did get a Charger, and I rapped it, so you know she be stepping out when she can now. But honestly, like a female being into cars, and even mostly like with the social media stuff, I do feel like I feel like I kind of make more females like welcome to coming out. You know what I'm saying? Like females, we be outside too. You know what I'm saying? Y'all come on and have fun. It's not just a guy's thing. Girls can do it too. So I do kind of feel like I motivate females in a way.
So by being you are your own entrepreneur and stuff like that, and you do everything on your own, like, because you did everything on your own, do you feel like that would be way better than you was being at somebody's job and then you felt better, or what you felt like? You felt like, I should go get a job, or I'm fine where I'm at, I'm good.
Well, honestly, being an entrepreneur, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I love my own business. Like if I could do, you know how many years to know I'm a serial entrepreneur.
Right.
I have a million businesses that I want to do. For the past 2 years, since June of 2022, July of 2022, one of them 2 months, I've been a full-time entrepreneur. Depending on nothing but Too Much Did It and DJ Too Much. And it is what month is it? September 2024. So that's like 2 years and a few months. It's been very hard. It hasn't been easy because I'm paying car note, car insurance, rent. I got 2 cars, so 2 car notes, car insurance for 2 cars. And, it's other little bills, and still got to take care of myself. Still got to buy stuff for my business on top of that. You know what I'm saying? Like this picture right here, this picture was like $300-400 for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? I still got stuff that I want, you know what I'm saying? So it's been very hard, but some way, somehow, I've been maintaining it. But I have a lot of stuff that I'm wanting to start up. So honestly, I'm not even gonna lie, and the holidays is coming up. And we like the Black Friday shop, get them deals and all that stuff. So I'm not even gonna lie, I'm about to clock back in. It's time for me to clock back in just so I can run my bread up real quick. So I'll be able to get what I want, so I can do what I want, so I can start my, the next businesses that I want to start. I'll be funded because like I said, right now, I'm waiting on too much did it to continuously bring in the money to support for my other businesses, and I don't have time to wait. So I'm just about to go clock in for a little second, so I can make my money to start up my businesses, and then once I make the money to start it up, then I'm gonna quit, and my business is gonna be making me money. You know what I'm saying? So
that was my next question. So you tied in a little bit to it. So for the next question, I wanted to ask you, so when you do your business, where do you see your businesses going? Like, where do you want it to go? What you want to do next? Like, do you see yourself having your own, own shop and stuff like that? Yes. So do you feel like they be doing, like, what kind of shop would it be? Like, would it be a painting shop, just a wrapping shop?
It'll be an auto custom. The overall, it's gonna be called Too Much Did His Garage, but it's gonna be like an automotive customization shop. But I'm not doing no paint in there. If you want paint, I can recommend you to somebody. But we doing wraps in here. We doing like customization, like, you know what I'm saying, like the inside of the car. We just making your car a one of one. You know what I'm saying? I got friends who do Starlight, so I probably like, come on in my shop. You know what I'm saying? I got some friends, like I have a lot of networks people I can bring in to make it an auto customization shop. But overall, it's going to be vinyl wrapping.
So I was just about to say that. Do you have a team, or do you just by yourself? You're independent?
Me, myself, and I. That's all I got. And come on now. It's just me.
Do you feel like eventually when you get, big enough that how many people you feel like you will be?
I'm scared to trust people. I'm scared to trust people because at the end of the day, that's my word. That's my name on that word. And if one of my employees mess up a car, the people gonna be looking at me, not my employee. They gonna be looking at me for an answer. So I'm scared to trust people. And if I'm getting in trouble for anything, I'd rather get in trouble for myself. I don't want to get in trouble for nobody else. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have to take the blame for nobody else. I don't want nobody bad talking me for nobody else. Bad talk me for me, not my employee. You know what I'm saying? People gonna do that. So I'm not saying that I don't ever want an employee. I do want employees because honestly, my long-term goal is to have a shop, but I don't want to be the one rapping forever, because rapping is wear and tear on your body. It's a lot. I'm doing a lot of twisting, turning on the ground up. I be out here in the heat all day, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of wear and tear. So I don't want to be the one rapping forever. Yes, I see myself rapping for a good couple more years, but I do eventually want to trust people, but it's gonna take me a while to trust somebody because it's just something serious. Like, it's not nothing to play with.
It is. So how many hours do you feel like it would take to wrap a car? Like, how many
full
hours?
car, I have calculated one time on one of my friend's car. I had bought me a little timer sitting right back there, and I had wrote down my beginning to end time for each panel. I added it up, and it took me like 21 hours to wrap the whole car. But this is over a course of a week, because I tell all my clients, like, bring your car on Monday, pick it up next Monday. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it may stretch longer if I have difficulties with, you know what I'm saying? But I come out here a couple hours in the day. I like to be inside by 11 o'clock because it be too hot. So I just come out here probably like 7 in the morning, work for 3-4 hours, and then go inside. And over the time of a week, it took me 21 hours to complete a full wrap. And that was with some tacky vinyl. So if it was some good vinyl, it'd probably take less.
So since you started, how many cars did you wrap?
I couldn't even tell you. I could not even tell you. I tried to do like a little scrapbook. I haven't even did the scrapbook yet. I just don't have the time to get to it. But I couldn't even tell you how many cars I've touched. I try to take a picture of every car that I touch, but it's probably a couple cars that maybe I didn't did a hood on that I didn't take a picture, or maybe I didn't did some decals on that I didn't take a picture of. But honestly, I don't want to say 200 because I feel like that's a lot. But honestly, I feel like 200. I feel like at least minimum.
It's a lot.
I feel like at least minimum 150. And I might have touched more than 200. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I didn't touch cars here. I didn't touch cars in Atlanta. I was traveling back and forth to Atlanta. I didn't touch clients who came from South Carolina. Clients came from Florida.
It's a blessing, boy. That's crazy. That's a blessing. But here's my other thing. So I don't think everybody don't know. I know I seen you doing a clip the other day of you was putting a sticker up on the door or the window or something like that. So you do more than like just wrap cars.
Yeah. So coming with wrapping cars, you know how people like want the windshield banners and all that stuff done, right? Yeah. So I had a guy who was doing windshield banners and all that stuff for me and like little Instagram decals and all that stuff. He actually lived right here, right outside my garage, right on this corner. But he moved to Ohio. So when he moved, it kind of put like, I have to wait on him, or you know what I'm saying? Or if I have the vinyl here, I would have to send him the vinyl and then he'll have to send it back. So that just became a money thing, you know what I'm saying? Dishing out too much money. So I ended up buying a machine, which is called a plotter, and it just cuts like vinyl. It'll cut whatever you basically tell it to cut. So at first it started as just little decals and windshield banners, and then one of my clients, he kind of like tested me into doing a food truck, and I did his food truck, and then his mother opened a business and they needed the words on their storefront on the windows, and they're the same client who like got me into doing the food truck got me into doing the storefront lettering. So now, yes, I do offer storefront lettering. Anything with vinyl lettering, I do. There's plenty of ways to get a bag.
There's plenty of ways to get a bag. So another thing I wanted to ask, do you feel like you would travel somewhere else to wrap a car if, like, say, how much you feel like it would take for somebody to pay you to fly you out this place or go out this place to wrap a car?
It depends on where they fly me out to. So like Atlanta, I probably would drive, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And honestly, a travel fee in Atlanta, like I said, I kind of course my wraps over a week. So they're gonna have to pay for travel.
Right.
That means gas. If I gotta get a rental car, I have a second car, so I don't have to get one. But if I did have to get a rental car, they would have to pay for the rental car because I'm not putting Stormy on that road. I'm not. They would have to pay for gas and rental car, and they would have to pay for me to stay somewhere. So it's all gonna be that, and then plus it's gonna be a little fee on top of that, just for me to, you know what I'm saying? Right. Just for me to travel, for my time of traveling, you know what I'm saying? So honestly, I would say if I was to go to Atlanta, minimum my travel fee, honestly, Atlanta just depends. It depends on what I'm coming up there for. If I'm coming up there, you probably wouldn't get charged a travel fee. But if you want me to come up there and it's not a scheduled date, I'm gonna charge you a travel fee. In Atlanta, it'll be minimum probably $500 travel fee.
Right. I mean, that's true.
And that's minimum, and that's depending on how much hotels and all that stuff costs, how much gas is at the moment and all.
That's pretty. So, how much do you have, like a certain store you go to buy the wraps, or what do? You just order the wraps?
Yeah, I order it. I have my specific websites that I order from, because like every vinyl is not the same. So I have my specific websites that I really like their material of, and I pretty much just order from there.
Right. So how high can a wrap get? Like, how high have you seen a wrap since you've been wrapping cars?
Like how the material?
No, yeah, like how much did you pay? How much would you like pay to buy it? You know?
The material, the cheapest, I mean, I've seen people selling like a full roll, like 60 to 75 feet for like $400, but I don't really care for the material. When I did buy the $400 one, it was too thick. It was more like paper. The site that I love getting my wrap from, they don't have a lot of colors, but it's $500, and that's like typically my go-to site. So I've seen $500, and then they say even chrome vinyl, just the material starts at $3,000. Exactly. I don't work with chrome, but they say just the chrome vinyl. Just the vinyl start at $3,000. So if the vinyl start at $3,000, imagine how much the installer is taxing. Because I'm just saying, as an installer, we gonna add a little fee on there just in case we make a little hiccup and we gotta order some more vinyl. You know what I'm saying? We gonna add that little fee on there for just in case.
So is it typical when people come to wrap cars and they tell you, be like, oh, your price is too high, or You
I
feel
hear it
like
all the time.
all the time?
I hear it all the time, but I mean, honestly, if you want it, you go. When we want something, we save up our money to get it, right?
Right.
So if you really want that rap, you're gonna save up your money to get it. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, my rap start at $3,000. If you don't have $3,000 in your pocket, please do not come my way.
Straight up.
Please don't come my way, because that job take time. Like, I'm the one out here having to conform a sticker to your car. I'm the one out here in the heat. You know what I'm saying? I'm the one having to get up crazy hours and come out here. So $3,000. If you don't got $3,000, don't come to me trying to talk to me about no $2,500. I throw sales when I want to, when I want to.
Right.
I throw sales. If you ain't, don't know that.
So do you throw sales around like Christmas time?
I throw sales when I want to. And honestly, I threw a sale all summer and nobody bit. So for the rest of the year, I'm not throwing no sale. I'm not even lying to you. I threw a deal or no deal, and I did $2,000 raps. Y'all just heard me say my raps cost $3,000. You could have came and got your car wrapped for $2,000. 2000. I think that's enough zeros. You could have came and got your car wrapped for 2 bands, and y'all did not bite. So I ain't doing y'all no favors for the rest of the year. For real. None.
So, where did you originally go to school at?
High school or college?
Yeah, high school. So yeah, tell us about high school and college.
So working all the way up. Okay,
Yeah,
so high school, I went to a school called Savannah Early College. It's here in Savannah. It's attached. I think it's still attached to Savannah High School.
Right.
But I ended up getting kicked out in the 11th grade, and I ended up going to Savannah High, which was the same attached school because I was in band. I was a majorette. I was a flag girl and a majorette. So I ended up just going right next door to Savannah High for my senior year. Graduated from Savannah High. While I was at early college, though, my 11th grade year, I was dual enrolled. So I was going to early college and Savannah State at the same time. And then when I went to Savannah High, I was just full-time, like on the high school campus. And then once I did graduate from Savannah High, I did end up going like to Savannah State. But I only went for like a year and a half. So I went for 3 semesters, I think. And then I stopped because I said, I got to make some money. I had to make some money. And then for real, like I stopped in fall of 2019. So the end of fall, which was like December 2019. And then January came, and I was on a money train. My dad, he's a professor at Savannah Tech. He was a professor at the time. He a dean now, don't play with him. But at the time, he was a professor at the aviation campus of Savannah Tech, and he was trying to like get me to take a class and said it'll put me on to a job at Gulfstream. And the class was only 8 weeks, so I took the class, but as soon as I started the class, guess what happened? COVID. Remember, COVID came in March of 2020. I was a week into the class. Then it was spring break, and we were supposed to go back the next week. And during spring break is when COVID came, so it shut the whole everywhere down for a couple months. And then I ended up taking the class in July. The class was like 2 months, and then I think by August or September I was done with the class. And at the time I was just chilling, trying to figure out what I was about to do, because I was waiting on Gulfstream to hire me, but Gulfstream wasn't hiring because of COVID. Gulfstream ended up hiring me in January, and then I worked at Gulfstream from January until I started rapping cars.
So do you miss Gulfstream any? Like, hey, would you go back?
Can I cuss?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh no.
Why? So it was that bad?
Fuck them people. Fuck them old ass people.
So what did you do at Gulfstream? Because I heard they do all types of stuff.
They do all types of stuff. They have a department for everything, literally. I did cabinet finishing, so I was sanding veneer, I was buffing veneer. Veneer is like wood.
Right.
So if you look at the inside of a plane and you see stuff that look like wood, I was working on all that. Like, I was the finisher. I was finishing it before it went on the plane. I was making sure it looked good, didn't have no scratches in it, all that stuff. So I do a lot of like hands-on work. So I feel like I could sand a car and buff a car, but I ain't got to that point yet.
So do you feel like that's what, in a way, made you want to go and rap, like start rapping cars? Do you feel like,
I'm not gonna say made me, but it gave me the confidence because I'm a hands-on person. So knowing that I could come over here and I could sand this stuff, you can't tell me, like, I was doing like little precise stuff over there, you know what I'm saying? So it just gave me confidence that I could rap a car. And I took the rap class, and the rap class was stupid easy. I was ready to rap a car the next day.
So tell us about your clothing brand. Do you have like your own clothing brand?
Nah, I don't have my own clothing brand. I do be wanting to sell, like, you know, little Too Much Did It merch, just so my friends and my family, everybody can, you know, support me. But it takes time, you know what I'm saying? It takes time. But eventually I will have, I barely even wear this, y'all. I'm still trying to get my uniform set up going. But eventually I will be selling like my Too Much Did It clothes with all my information on it, and probably some DJ Too Much stuff too.
Right.
But I do want to. Everybody do a clothing brand, and I do kind of want to do one, but I just don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what to put on a piece of clothing. For real, it got to do something with too much, and it's like, I don't know what to do.
Right. So, the other question, and I'm asking this question before, I want you to ask me some questions on, what would be going on about these car things and different things like that. Because everybody always want to ask 10K questions and stuff like that. But, so when you got your clothing brand and different stuff like that, do you ever feel like when you go out there to like a car show or when you go to different stuff like that and you have your little tent set up? Because I met her, I'm gonna tell y'all where I met her from. I met her at Stevie J Car Show. And that was the first car show 10K went to when he was actually going outside, So we was with the crew, we had Debo and all this, and we went to the car show. And I met Storm. I didn't know it was her, but I remembered I used to go on Instagram and see reels and stuff like that. And if you know too much, you'll see her on the reel for real. But I seen some pink exhaust tips on a Challenger. That's kind of different or whatever. But I told my cousin, I was like, man, I think that's the girl. He was like, no, that's not her. Why would she be out here? But whole time, like I said, it's a lot of light in the low country that people don't actually shine the light and stuff on that actually need to be shined the light on. And that's another reason why we started the podcast, different type of people and different type of things like that. But do you feel like when you be going to the car shows and stuff, because I'm not going to say what happened to the car show last time we went to Steve J's car show or whatever, because I don't talk down about it, we be straight up. And, we all grown and whatever happened. But do you feel like when you go to the car shows that the people be hating on you because, you're female and she thinks she all that because she got a little tent set up and all that?
I ain't gonna necessarily say hating. People probably do be looking at me sideways though. I don't know. I get more, believe it or not, I get more love from guys than I do from the females. That's but crazy. There is some females who will give me that love though. Right. There's a lot of females who will give that love to me. But I do get more shine from the guys. Now as far as like the car show and stuff, like I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. Yeah. They be looking like, I don't know. I kind of get what you're saying. Like, they be kind of hating, They be kind of, right. They probably do think I'm all that, ain't it? Yeah. They probably do think I think I'm all that. I am all that, though. I am. My name too much, so yeah.
But is there anybody you want to shout out before you start asking me any questions or anything like that? Your best friend or anybody you want to,
Shout out to all my motherfucking people. Y'all know who y'all is. Y'all know who y'all is.
For real, to the real ones. So what would be your first question you want to ask?
I want to ask you, how did you get into the car scene?
Believe it or not, it's a long story, but I'm gonna cut it short. It actually wasn't a car scene. So the story behind this is we race and do different stuff like that. I got bikes and stuff like that. That's what, we from the country. That's what we do. So my cousin, before he passed away, he was doing, he reached out to me and said, man, all us got bikes and stuff around here in the country and different stuff like that. And all us got talent and do stuff like this. But we stopped going to people's hoods and stuff like that and going to different places because we felt like every time we go there, people hate on us because they lose or whatever. They feel mighty salty. So when we went, first time we went out, our whole crew went out, and our crew is called Team Badger Hill Racing. We went to Hardyville, and Quez had just bought a 450. That's his name, Quez. He just had bought a 450, and he texted me and was like, it was like a last minute thing, but for so much people to come out, it was like, man, I see potential. Like, this could actually, we might can do something with this for real. So he had it, and there was a couple of people out there, they didn't think we was going to show up on the scene. But Team Badger Hero Racing, we came through like always because he called me and he said he wanted me to come earlier that day. I asked him, did you want me to bring a grill or anything like that? He was like, nah, just bring a bike and we will come out there and we'll have us a good time. So I told him, let's do it. So I came down there and we had a good time. We won a bunch of money that night and, different stuff like that. And what wound up happening was he passed away. So he passed away because we as racers, I'm gonna tell people and I'm gonna break it down to people because people always think it's the same thing, which is not. A racer and a bike rider is not the same thing because a racer, when a light come on, you can't be sleeping. You got to be prepared. And you got to make sure that you right. But a bike person, you just ride around. Anybody I let my mama ride my bike. Anybody can ride a bike.
Yeah.
It's a big difference. But I'm gonna make my way around to the car shows. So we did another event, and this was the last one he had before he passed away. We did one in Yemsey, and I called everybody who I could have called to come out there. I came up late, of course, but when we came out there, it was people parked on the side of the road, and we was doing racing and all that was good. And then like a week or two later, I don't even remember, like a week or two later, I think, or like probably about 4 weeks, I had got a call and said Quez passed away. I said, well, how did he pass away? He was on his bike, and I'm gonna tell the story because ain't nobody else can tell it. He was on his bike, and a Mexican came and hit him off the bike. And we believe in MC that when we ride our bikes, we put our helmet on because it could be our last time riding. You never know what could happen. But they street riders or whatever because they told him to put a helmet on. But us hard-headed people, we don't want to put a helmet on. And I don't need it. I'm good. I'm just going down the street. And that's what happened. He went down the street and somebody hit him off of a bike. And when somebody hit him off the bike, it really was tragic because I was supposed to buy the bike from him before he passed away, and I felt like I felt like it was my fault, but I felt like dang, if I would have bought the bike, like I know I would have still been here with me right now. And me and him just started getting close because I had my SS Impala, and he had an SS Impala, and we was just talking about it. And then he texted me, he was like, man, before he passed away, he was like, man, we need to do something. We need to do some cars and some bikes and some stuff like that. I'm like, man, how we gonna do that? Like, like we in the low country, ain't nobody really about to come out here.
You'd be surprised.
And nothing like that. But believe it or not, he passed away, and that really what gave me the effort. Like,
did that motivate you?
Yeah, it motivated me a whole lot because believe it or not, that was really my dog, and we were supposed to do stuff together, and it was starting. I swear, it was like everything was just starting to come together because it was like my team just started coming back outside because we ain't been outside in a minute. So we just started coming back outside, and then. It was just crazy because he passed away. So I started with a car jump, and I didn't have a place to go. I didn't have as much money back then. I was working at Hardee's, believe it or not. I was working at Hardee's when I started my first car show. When I did my first car show, I knew zero things about a car show.
Yeah.
But I asked different people questions about having a car show and stuff like that. But eventually when I got older, I stopped doing stuff like that because I put my own little twist on it. I put my own little thing on it. But I started it at my auntie house in Yemsey, believe it or not. People like, why you want to have? Because I feel like if I need to know that I'm big enough before I start paying, bigger, paying people $500 and all this, and I ain't even making $300.
$1,000 for the lot. And
I ain't even got that much people. But believe it or not, my friends from high school, the boys came out there, and my team came out there. That really was the only people. Other people came, but I felt so frustrated because when I first had my first car show, I felt like I thought nobody was gonna show up, honestly, because I had faith in it, but I didn't have faith in it. Like my mama was like, I got on my dirt bike and I went down the road. I prayed over the road. I went down the road and I prayed over the road. I always do it every time before I have a car show. So because my first year, after everything had happened, my homeboy wrecked his truck at the car show, at my first car show. And it was like crazy because I started doing my first car show, but now everybody see that I got potential and stuff like that. Now it's crazy because I just told PG this in the car when we came up here. My first car show, I did everything on my own. I ain't asked nobody for not a thing because I was the DJ, I was the cook, I was the EMS, I was everything y'all needed me to be. I was that. But see, that it helped me and it molded me in a way because I'm glad I came up that way because I didn't want everybody to be telling me what to do. Oh, you should do this. And believe it or not, to this day, I still got people that's trying to tell me, oh, you should do this. We should.
But at the end of the day, that's your car show, so you run it how you want to.
So you really can't tell me that. And then other people started hating about the car show thing. And then my last year that I said it was going to be my last year unless something happened, but something didn't happen. So we coming back in May. Y'all stay tuned for that. But the car show July 13th, I did something different because I felt like I wasn't getting the word out there long enough and, didn't give people enough time. And so I was like, you know what? ain't no, it's nothing y'all gonna be able to tell me when I do this car show this time. When I post this one, if y'all don't come and say y'all don't know about it or whatever, because you know that's our people. You know, oh yeah, I ain't had nothing about it because I ain't see. I posted on Facebook. I posted on TikTok. I sent that to everybody phone. I said that I invited everybody, and believe it or not, when I even hanged it up in the stores, it was in Dollar General, Piggly Wiggly, where you cut your hair, everything. Believe it or not, and then when I had the car show, it was the biggest car show I ever known of that was hosted inside of Yamasee, South Carolina.
That's good.
But you know, yeah, that's how I made my way around to it because of my cousin, believe it or not. But I'm really gonna stay in it, you know. I was gonna give it up, y'all. I did say
you gotta do it for him though.
Yeah, well that's what I say, because ain't nobody else gonna do it for him. But next year I'm gonna try to. They got his bike, but they fixing it. But next year I'm gonna try to get his bike, put it on one of my trailers, and park it at like the head of the road, so you know people will know like this really where this started from. This really where this came from. Because I was supposed to do it last year, but I even ordered the pictures and stuff for him so I could hang it up, but it winded up coming late, and I was like, dang, I ain't really got nothing. I'm gonna save it for next year. But I took a picture. It was that picture, and I printed another picture of the car show. I stood on the front step, and it was so much cars inside of the yard, y'all. Like I hung it up in my auntie house so people know like this is originally where this started from. Like this is where this came from for real.
And see how you could start something so small, and I know one day you'll be way bigger. My next question: do you see yourself bigger than Yamasee, South Carolina?
I do see myself bigger than Yamasee, South Carolina, but I don't want y'all to get it twisted when I say this. I want y'all to know that I originally came from South Carolina because people want me to move the car shows and stuff now. Oh, come down here to this city or come down here with me. And I'm like, man, I want y'all to know this is where we originated from. Like, right here, Yamasee, South Carolina, 29945. That's where this all started from. Like, we ain't had nothing. Like, I called a couple people up on the phone, like, hey, man, we about to do this. I need some help. Y'all come on down here. We had us a good time. But I do see myself exploring and doing different stuff like that because the other day I got invited to. They wanted me to help them host a car show in Columbia, but I told them it was a sorority or something like that, and they wanted me to help them, and that's in the progress, and we're in the process right now. They wanted me to go down there, you know, help them host the car show, because like I tell people, I want y'all to listen when I say this now, and I don't want y'all to get this twisted, because people tend to get this twisted a lot. When you host a car show and when you host a car meet, it's a big difference. When you host a car meet with all us out here, we talking, have a good time, eating, you know. But when we host, we chilling. We on some chill stuff. That's what, you know, like a weekend, and we start. That's how you network and do different stuff like that. Because we used to do that way back in the day. And I used to go out there with Lil Josh and all this. I'm like, man, this might be actually funny. But it used to be truck meets. But I say, man, well, what happened if we would do a car show? It's a big difference. A car show, you gotta have trophies. You gotta have everything set up, and you gotta make sure it's professional. Yeah, you don't want to get a bunch of people here and it be boring. I told PG just in the car, I do believe in when we throw something and I do something to give back to the people. You understand what I'm saying? Because a bunch of people, y'all taking our money, but y'all not giving us nothing in return. You understand what I'm saying? All we getting is a picture that say we was here at the car show, but
I want maybe a trophy.
Yeah, no, nothing. Last year we had a long line. I wanted an old school line like how we did if we was at the cookout. I had a line. I set it up at the front, y'all. I had the sodas, the drinks, and everything. And I took a big old picture. You can see it was like a long line. It was all the way down there to the road. But like I say, it's a big difference between when you do car shows and car meets, because when you do car shows, everything has to be on time, everything has to be in decency and on order. When you do a car show, we don't care. We all pull up here at 10 o'clock, 10:30, that's what we do. We pull up here so everybody can see us when we pull up. But they do that at car shows, but you tend to be on time when you do a car show, because sometimes you don't have like a parking space. Like last year I had to take my next door neighbor's front yard, and I had to ask them. I was like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, we ran out of space. I had people park all on the side of the road. I'm like, yo, this might be a little hassle. Even though I had the police and stuff out there, nobody could say nothing to me. I had to put people in my next door neighbor's front yard, and there still was enough space. But like I said, when you do a car show and a car meet, it's not the same thing. It's a big difference. So
my question for like how you judge, because you give out trophies at your car show, right?
That's right.
All right. So how do you judge the cars? Because let me just tell you how I feel about when they be judging these cars and stuff. I just feel like they look at, I feel like they look at more so the brand of the car,
Right.
the overall what the car is,
Right.
instead of looking at the small minor detail of the car. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
So
feel
how do you judge? Do you judge because it's a Hellcat, or you gonna get a Hellcat, or you gonna?
So when you do a car show and do things like that, that's why I tell y'all a car show and a car meet is big different things. When you do a car show, you have categories. So, and then when you do categories, it depended upon different people because different people do different things. They might just tell you to open your door and we're just gonna check your interior and you look clean or whatever. But me, I'm gonna do it right. We gonna have judges and we going under your car and we gonna do all that. We going under the car, see if you ain't even wipe the car and clean the car. And my second year when I had my car show, it was a big, oh my God, it wasn't even an argument, but it was like, oh my God, like some people felt like it wasn't fair and some people, at the end of the day, this is going to be a car show, so you're going to have points and stuff. I feel like you should have, I don't know how other people do stuff, because other people do stuff different, like the car show I went to last year, I can speak on it. We owe the crowd, and we went off of the crowd. No, we ain't doing that. We're going to do it professionally, and we're going to do it right, because I do feel like some people do be cheating people when you go off the crowd, because anybody can scream and make the most noise. I mean, anybody can do that. You can tell your little cousins to go scream, and we can go off that, but I'm going off of tires clean. I'm going off I'm going under it. Interior, is your interior clean, or do you got Wendy's bags on the floor, French fries, and you just start up the hood because I want to see what's under the hood and all that. We do go into depth when we do it, because I do believe if you gonna, I said it in my video when I made the video for the car show. I said I'm giving away trophies. That's what I say. I'm giving away trophies, but I'm not gonna give you a trophy if you didn't earn it.
Yeah, facts. That's
because
true.
people feel like, oh well, I got a hell. I don't. We don't care that you got $100,000 car.
Trophy, yeah.
No, that's not. That don't mean why you do it.
Just because you got a Hellcat with a big SRT on the side,
that don't.
a big
And
Hellcat
everybody doing that, so it's not like it's anything appealing no more.
It's nothing.
Because
yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You gotta have something different. You gotta have something that's gonna catch our eye. Because when we go to judging and do this, we're gonna tell you open up the doors, open up the trunk, open up the hood. We want to see all this because we want to go into depth about what we're doing, because I paid a lot of money for these trophies and I'm just not about to give it away for you because you got a Hellcat. I take the trophy back, take the sticker off it, and next year we'll put the sticker back on it and do something else different. You feel what I'm saying? Because I do feel like when we have a car show, that's why I say a car show is in depth. I feel like we need to, it's a serious thing. You get what I'm saying? Like people actually come to travel. I had people come and travel from Atlanta, Greenville, and if we come all the way down here, that's what I tell you. When we do things like that, I feel like we should give the people something, that feel like, well, I did have a chance to do this, or I did do this, because next year for my car show, I'm gonna do a giveaway, but I'm not gonna tell you what the giveaway is if you come to the car show, because I do feel like when we do stuff, we need to give back to the community and different stuff like that. And because last year when I did my food and stuff like that, I gave away free food.
That's good.
I gave away free food and stuff like that.
It's something to bring them in.
That's why I told my mama, because
pretty sure if you gave away some free Don Julio, everybody would be up in it.
But see,
I'm just saying.
At the same time, I was supposed to have a bartender. This is why I tell y'all again, I can't depend on people because at the end of the day, like I had a bartender, y'all. Like last year, I swear on everything, we're supposed to do it up. We're supposed to do it good. I had a bartender. I was supposed to have a stage. It was supposed to be an 18-wheeler. I was going to have an 18-wheeler to bring the stage and stuff out there. And
none of that job probably went through.
None of it. I ain't gonna say none of it went through. Some of it went through, but people just do what people do at the end of the day. Because I had the bartender lady. She called me. She was like, She called me. And it was already like halfway to the car show, and I'm like, you calling me, but where you at?
No more love.
Yeah, so she called me. She was like, well, I'm in Bluffton right now, but I'm about to. I was like, huh? You said you were where? I was like, you ain't got to worry about it, because it's already done.
Exactly.
By the time she was like, you think we should? Oh, no, you shouldn't come, because by the time you set up and everything is
that
over.
part, and I'll never call you again.
That's what I was saying, because like I said, when you do stuff, you can't depend upon people, and that's the reason why I said I didn't want to do another car show, because it's a lot of stress, it's a lot of headache.
I know it's a lot of
behind the car show.
I know it's a lot of
It's a lot of behind the scenes that people don't see. It's cleaning stuff out there, cleaning porta potties and cooking the food.
I'm scared to throw one.
Yeah,
I want to do one, but I'm scared to throw one because I know it's gonna be a lot of dishing out money. I know it's gonna be a lot of just me by myself, ripping and running around. I'm real scared to do one.
Yeah, but like I said, if you're gonna do it, I feel like a team would be good. But understand what I'm saying when I say this. At the end of the day, when you don't have a team, if you the one who throwing the car show, at the end of the day, if your team don't show up, guess who they gonna look at when stuff don't come through?
They gonna look at
So that's
me.
why I say I'd rather do it on, just like how we was talking about earlier when we was talking about rapping the cars. I'd rather do it by myself first and say that I messed up before I tell y'all, oh, well, we said such and such, because that's what they're gonna look at me like, well, it really doesn't matter, because guess what? This is your car show. So all that you talking about really doesn't matter.
I want to backtrack to what you were saying earlier. Like basically the question I asked you, 10K, would you believe me if I told you I never won a trophy at a car show? Would you believe me if I told you that?
I mean, yes.
And I play with my car so much.
Yeah, in a way, yes, because like I said, people feel like if they don't be doing the judging right, or if they don't be doing things right, people just, get over on people, and people come all the way out there, all the way out here.
And that's another reason why I really don't like too much go to car shows, because it's like, why would I waste my time? And I know I didn't put all this work, and I did my car myself. Like that's the main thing about me. Like I did all this myself. Y'all took y'all cars to somebody to get done. I did this myself, and I have like a lot of stuff done. Like my inside is done, my outside is done. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to work on my trunk soon. So I'm just saying, why would I waste my time and go to all these car shows and stuff, and I don't even get to come home with a trophy?
And I do feel like, in a way, they starting. One of my homeboys mentioned it to me, and CJ mentioned it to me, and I was like, you know what? That's a good idea to give people at least they got. Now I'm gonna start next year. And it's gonna be at least you're gonna get something like a top 25 for coming or something like that.
Don't get me wrong, I've got a top 50 trophy, but my car better than a top 50. I belong in the top 5. My shit hard.
Yeah, but like I said, and then I feel like I said, when people don't be judging it right and people don't do things right, it really messes stuff up for other car people that's actually out there that's doing this thing and doing it for real, because now they gonna feel like, oh, why should I come to his car show? They're gonna do the same thing at this car show. They're gonna do the same thing. That's why I said, when I throw a car show,
keep winning over and over.
Yeah, that's why I say when I throw a car show, I don't want just no regular car show. I don't want just a gathering of people. I wanna reach out there to people, hug people, tell people I love y'all. I thank y'all for coming. For real.
I'm a real hugger.
Yeah, because for real, because I want people to know. Like last year we had Mexicans and stuff at the car show. People like, Mexicans and stuff. I said we don't discriminate right here. I want everybody to come. Everybody is welcome, and that's why I say. And people feel like I'm a humble person, and people feel like, well, I should actually come up there, because I do believe like he a straight up front person. You feel me? Like he actually will, reach out here to us. Because I'm at the end of the day, I don't have my social media base not that big yet, because I really don't be on it like that.
You don't.
To be in the stuff for real. But like I say, I'm coming up like. I actually get more notice like in person than I actually do on social media. I do on social media, but
You're still doing good though, even for your social media to not be like where you think it should be.
Right.
Your car show, I didn't make it, but your car show looked like it turned out pretty good. Like, you know what I'm saying? You still got motion. Yeah. You got movement. Yeah, for real. You can still handle the business that you need to handle without that platform. That's so if you can handle that without social media, you got motion. Yeah, for real. That's why I say, because it's a difference, and it's so much that I go to a car show that I tell people, because you gotta actually be on feet, because last year, like I told you, I did more than I did the first couple of years, because people felt like, oh, they wasn't found out about it. So I said, all right, if y'all don't get it, if I post this up in the stores, or if I post this on social media and give you the flyer personally, I don't want to hear that about you didn't hear it, because I gave you the flyer personally. I done give you 3 papers. What more do you need from me? And I feel like that's another reason why it went way bigger, because people feel like, oh, this man up in the stores, this man up in Piggly Wiggly, how you get up in here? Like, I feel like it's, like I tell people, it's way more. You got to get papers printed. You got to spend money on this. It's a lot of spend money on that. Oh, they feel it. Throwing an event, period. Even as a DJ, I haven't really thrown a million events, but like I know how it is to throw an event. Like I never thrown a car show, but I can only imagine what comes with it. Just off the sake of me throwing my own birthday party, the stuff I gotta do to throw up my own party. Like, you know what I'm saying? I still have to take those steps. So I can only imagine a car show, and you gotta keep the crowd entertained with more than just the DJ. You need more than just the DJ, because the DJ is still gonna have us lollygagging around. You know what I'm saying? You need to have a bounce house for the kids. You need to have adult activities. You gotta have so much stuff to do. And I already know money is already a headache. Dishing out the money, I know, is a headache. Having to keep up with, I forgot to text this person, make sure this person, where's the bartender? Where's the bartender? Like, all that is just, it's stress. It's a headache. Like, you know what I'm saying? Stuff that I try to refrain from. My life has been peaceful peaceful. I try to refrain from stress. Anything that make my head hurt, I try to refrain from. So I can only imagine what you're going through trying to plan a car show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like I tell people, it's so much. I swear, it's so much.
I believe it.
Last year,
I believe it. You should do.
Houses.
Since you about to start your YouTube, yay! You should do next year when you do the car show. Do it. It's going to be a lot on you. You're probably going to need a photographer, videographer. But do a day in the life with 10K, getting ready for the car show.
It is a video actually out there that we did post
last year,
and but next year I'm gonna try to have so much stuff. I'm gonna try to get as much camera people as I can.
Yeah, like
because everybody don't take the same picture, and then I want next year I'm gonna get a drone. I just told PG that we bought a drone and we're gonna have a drone out there next year because I want to see. I'm trying to get it where it's at the baseball field in MC, but you're trying to fight me about that. But we trying to see where the next spot gonna be at for next year. But
well, I'm there next year.
Yeah, but for real, like I did say. It's so much to go to. I promise you. Like I swear, we was vlogging. Had to go get the ice. Had to go pick my bike up had to go meet the mechanic.
It was so much. And you probably was a little late yourself, ain't it?
I mean, I wasn't. Nah, don't get me wrong. I was already there, but I was setting up stuff. But I wasn't late. I was on time because I was there. But I was back and forth. But I had to go. I just told PG that I had to go get the porta potty because the lady didn't have it clean that morning. So I had to go back and go take a shower and stuff. And pick the porta potty up. Like I said, it's a lot to stuff that you don't see. And like I told you, without my equipment and the stuff that I got, I probably wouldn't be able to fulfill because it's not just calling somebody, because sometimes you actually have to go get stuff yourself. Like I said, I had to go get the ice, I had to go pick my bike up, I had to leave my
little small stuff that you don't think about, like the ice. It's little small stuff.
For real. And that was the thing, because we had the sodas inside of the cooler. My auntie called me talking about, where you at? I said, auntie, I'm about to go pick up my bike right now, what do you need? She was like, well,
we ain't got no ice.
The drinks are kind of hot outside. I was like, oh, we do need ice for the cooler. He was like, yeah, you might want to go get some ice. But like I said, it is a thing that you should have a team and people to remind you, because
so people
you can't remember everything. I mean, I swear, like, y'all, honestly,
you try to plan it out.
Honestly, y'all, like, if I didn't call almost like 1,000 people in 2 days or 3 days, just having to remind people, like, the car show coming up, y'all. The car show coming up. We're gonna make sure you're here because we're gonna need this, and I'll pay you this or whatever when you get here and all this. And people like, okay, but it's not like they're gonna remember sometimes. Yeah. So you constantly have to call people. And shout out to my trophy lady. That lady flew me in some trophies at the last minute, y'all. It was like the day before, and I was like, man. And they only open on like Tuesdays and Thursdays. Like I said, it's so much to a car show that people don't see getting trophies. I had to call people to pick up trophies. You got to find somebody to take money. You got to cut the grass. You got to cut the trees and all that. When you're doing stuff like that, I had to get a generator. I got my generator for the bouncy houses, and the water slide, water bill going up. People don't know. Got to pay for the water bill, the icy lady.
Well, you said generator, so you ain't got to do the electric bill.
That's why I say it's a lot. And paying people, I swear, y'all. I did make my money back off of it, but like I said, the headache off of doing it, if you don't do it right, I do feel like you can be bankrupt if you do not do it right. Because sometimes you might do something and it don't come out the way you wanted to come out. But if you didn't do your job as what you're supposed to do, make sure you pay people ahead of time. So at the end of the day, all the money go to you and inside of your pocket. I mean, it's people in it for different reasons. And I feel like if you in it for a different reason, we all gonna find out if you in it for a different reason or not. Because like I said, the car show that I went to last year, I was like, dang,
some people just in it for the money. Some people
just in it for the money. Like, y'all really just in here counting y'all pockets. And
don't even know too much about a car.
Really don't. Because it takes a lot. You have to judge and do things of that nature and do it the professional way, because I do believe if we pull up here on time, our car should have been judged before it's almost time to go. You got people leaving, and you gotta have.
We done been here all day.
All day. I
had 2 o'clock.
Sweating
2 o'clock, and the cars don't get judged. They ain't saying trophies till 7:30. It's about to be dark.
Yeah, and I do feel like. And then, like I said, you gotta have everything under control. It's an environment where you gotta pay attention and have stuff under control. You got younger kids out here, you got older people out here. I had older people that was older than me that was out there, and I didn't even know they found out about it. But it was like, oh, well, this person told me about it, this person told me about that, and I know that you is that person that we gonna make sure we protect them. Because as old people don't like to come to young people functions because why? Y'all like to be shooting and all this other crazy stuff. So guess what? I got something for you for when you come here. Y'all man, the police sitting at the head of the road, and I want y'all to know that we mean business when we come up here, because at the end of the day, all y'all lives that's on this property is in my hands because this is my car show.
Yep.
That's why I told people it's not just, it's a headache. It really is a headache, and if you're not paying attention, something can really happen. And
Yep.
you know, different stuff like that. The boys were coming up and down the road with the bikes and stuff like that. What if a kid would have walked out of the road and got hit by a bike? That's why I told them, y'all go down the street with that, all that walking. I know y'all come through there one time and I make sure all the kids and everything. So, you know, because some people want to do stuff to be seen, and I understand that because that's what we do.
Yeah.
But I do feel like it is you got to have a controlled environment. You know, the DJ got to be playing the right music, and sometimes because you don't know who's out there watching you, who's out there. I had older people. I had my granddaddy, believe it or not, and nobody knows that, but my granddad was help serving the food because somebody didn't show up to help serve the food. My granddad was showing up and doing things like that. I was like, dang, my granddad is a preacher, and he's really out here helping me. And believe it or not, my granddaddy found out about it because he went to the barbershop.
I ain't seen the flyer up.
He looked in the window. He said, "Who's that young man in that flyer?"
My grandson,
He
right
said,
there.
That's 10K. That's my grandson right there. And my granddaddy had called me. Y'all know when you it's the pastor and the preachers and stuff like that, you get a little nervous. I don't even like answering the phone sometimes.
You don't know what to expect.
I'm in trouble. We're about to go on. He called me and I didn't answer because I was doing something. I was supposed to call him back and I did. He see me at church. He's like, you need some help with the car show? I said, Granny, you said what? He said, you need some help with the car show?
And it's like you wouldn't even expect him to be out there at a car show. And look, he was out there helping you.
And this is a support system. That's why I say I shout out to all my people that help. All my auntie, my mama, my big cousin, my granddaddy. To let everybody, because I swear you got people running back to the stores because you've got this, you've got spoons, you've got this, you got plates, all this.
And you need to be in place. So shout out to the one who ran to go get that.
All of them. Shout out to all the people, for real. I feel like that for real. But got any more questions?
I don't have no more.
All right, so y'all, we're about to end Talks with 10K, y'all, and we got Storm here. And we had a good little session, y'all. And I want Storm to leave us on a good note. I want you to give these people something that encourage them along the way.
Well, I encourage everybody to become an entrepreneur. We still need people to, do those jobs like the medical field, But if you see yourself being bigger than the job that you have now, start. You'll never get as far as you could never expect yourself to go if you never start. You gotta start somewhere. So start. Give your career 40 hours a week.
Yeah,
Same way you do that other job. You got this. Just keep going.
Talk to me.